choosing the startup investments, it's just largely following the instructions. What we're going to do to buy the common stock right here is we're going to use a stock screen to choose it. The stock screen allows us to set the different criteria and then finds all the stocks that satisfy the criteria. Here is a free stock screen right here that we're going to use, and as it says, we're going to set the different criteria as we wish. They begin at any, and then we're going to set them one or two at a time, clicking show the results, and make sure that at least one stock matches the newest setting. We're going to click back and set another criterion or two and show the results. Now the requirement is that we set a minimum of 4 different criteria that has not more than a dozen companies. Okay, so let's go get this, and then that's where we're going to grab 2 of these printouts and go further. And so let's work our way through the web page to get these first 2 printouts. And so what I'm going to do is just select that link and jump over to this Yahoo chart. Now right here we're on the stock screener screen. And the reason I'm going to look through here is, for example, to choose an industry that I want to look at here. Now I happen to know that, because I sort of was looking before doing this, that up here at the Finance 302 website under, this is our FI 302 collection, if you look at some of the useful links, there's one down here at the bottom that's called the Guru Investor. You go to any media source you want, or you can just go blind after and set criteria as you want. But I just look through here. This thing's got a pretty good reputation, and it talks about many different stories about them. Telecoms on the move and stuff like that. And the yield curve is flattening, and someone else is talking about that. But here's one I sort of like, was this one by where Peter Lynch, who I happen to like because of Boston College connections, and a couple of the businesses caught his eye, and they basically say, why don't you take a look at some of them? And so I did, and what the story was about was how Peter Lynch was high on this one company that was in packaging, a dull business, the Packaging Corporation of America. It's $2.4 billion market cap. It's innovative, and I tell you, we're going through boxes like unbelievable. So I'm going after these packaging industries. So I go back to my stock screener. It looks like I might have 2 of them set. Let's go to this one, and so I've got to pull down to the industry, and it's packaging is what this industry I'm interested in. You might be interested in any number of those industries. What the instructions suggest is you set 1 or 2 and then click back. Another thing I'm going to do is to set the price to book ratio so that I'm not going to be interested in any company whose price to book ratio is too big. So hence I'm setting that the max is 5. So I've set 2 criteria. One being the industry, the second being the price to book ratio. Now I find the stocks that satisfy those 2 conditions, and there's 18 stocks. Okay, already I'm doing good because I've got fewer than 24. And do I see PKG? Look, there it is. There's PKG, Packaging Corporation of America. I'm going to click back because I have to set 2 more. One of the ones I'm going to do is market cap. I want it to be a minimum $1 billion company so that it's big enough to take advantage of the leaping that needs to be done as we come out of this recession. And I'm going to set, let's just say one other one, 5-year growth. I want it to be, I am not sure where to go on this one. I tell you what, I'm going to click find the stocks, make sure that PKG, which doesn't have to be my final one, I just want to make sure we're going towards it. Okay, so I've got these 2 criteria set, 3 with the industry. So now I'm going to go back, I'm going to go for some 5 years. We want this guy to be at least a buyer, holder, better. Okay, so let's find him. We're showing 7 companies. I would print this screen, click back, I would click the criteria screen. We've got our first two printouts, and I see the PKG still is there. Now I'm going to go back to my trading game document, now that I've got my first two, and say, well, what else do I have to do? Return to the search results. Choose any one. I'm going to go with PKG. That is the ticker symbol of my company, PKG. I'll put that in the spreadsheet. Easily find it. Once you've chosen yourself, click Chart in the rightmost column. And then, after that, we're going to click Technical Analysis, and we're going to get a 10 and a 100 moving average, and we're going to print that. So let's do that right now. Let us return to the stock screen results. We got PKG. This is my company. I'm going to click on Chart, and here's my basic chart. I'm going to click on Technical Analysis, and then I'm going to click on the moving average, and it's a 10-day. You see what this right now is a chart of the daily trading price every day. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to superimpose on that the 10-day moving average, which is this one. You see how it's smoother because that takes up 10 daily prices and divides by 10. Last 10 days. And now the last thing I'm going to do, though, is compare the short run moving average with the long run moving average of, let's say, 100. And so now in this comparison, what it is that we believe that the short run, which would be the green guy, he carries the momentum, and so he's above the long run, and so thus the momentum is upward. And so I would print this and write at the top of it, buy position. Okay, so now that I've got my stock and I have found it, and I have my share price, let's go back and we see that it's at $23.90, and my ticker is PKG. So now what I'm going to do is go to the spreadsheet,